This is the Eastern Business Report, where we look at the business ecosystem in the Eastern region and the cost topics affecting the region's economy. But first, let's take a look at some of the major business and development stories making headlines across the Southeast. Beginning first from Anambra State, where a group of youth under the Elite Cooperative Society Limited have secured a franchise contract to boost fish production in Anambra State and beyond. The youth trained under the ECOWAS-sponsored Pro-Wiz Youth Training 1.0 in table fish production business would transit operation to commercial fish production business under a structured, professional, and technology-driven framework. The contract was brokered between the Cooperative Society and the franchisor T. Martin's ICT Limited by the Fisheries and Aquaculture Business Development Agency in Awka. While President of Elite Cooperative Society, Chukwuma Onyekwe, signed on behalf of the franchisee, Cosmas Ezenwanne signed on behalf of the franchisor. Speaking during contract signing, coordinator Pro-Wiz Production Partnership Center, Emeka Iloralu, restated his group's commitment to contribute to Anambra's fish production targets, making it eligible for the franchise opportunity. Iloralu described the contract as major milestone in efforts to boost aquaculture production, create jobs for youth, and strengthen food security through the innovative fish production business model. According to him, while the initial ECOWAS-sponsored youth training program focused solely on skill development and technical empowerment without financial handouts, FABDA facilitated the formation of cooperatives by collaborating with the Ministry of Industry and Director of Cooperatives to organize additional training on the cooperative movement and formation, while revealing that the agency's midterm target is to increase production to 675 million kilograms annually to support both demand for industrial raw materials and the export drive. Iloralu explained that the longer-term goal is to position Anambra as the leading fish producer in the ECOWAS region with a target of at least 1.35 billion kilograms annually. Now, from Akwa Ibom State, the Nigerian Medical Association has threatened to file a 1 billion naira lawsuit against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over the alleged assault of a senior doctor during a raid by the commission at the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital. The association said the planned legal action followed what it described as physical, emotional, professional, and institutional harm caused by EFCC operatives during the operation carried out at the hospital on Tuesday. The anti-graft agency had reportedly visited the hospital while investigating a fraud case involving a suspect receiving treatment at the facility. According to the EFCC, its operatives were there to verify a medical report submitted by the suspect and later approached the hospital's chief medical director after encountering resistance during inquiries. The commission maintained that its officers withdrew peacefully and did not disrupt activities within the hospital. However, the NMA gave a different account of the incident. Addressing journalists in Uyo on Wednesday, the chairman of the Akwa Ibom NMA, Anyekon Peter, a professor, accused masked EFCC operatives of attacking Eyoekbe, a professor of cardiothoracic surgery at the hospital, alleging that he was affected during the operation while trying to seek clarification from the officers. The association described hospital premises as a sacred environment that should not be subjected to violent security operations, condemning the raid, calling it barbaric, degrading, and inhumane, and a gross violation of the sanctity of the hospital environment. Reading a communique issued after an emergency meeting of the association, the Assistant Secretary of the NMA, Dr. Unyime Ndo, announced that the body had resolved to take legal action against the EFCC with a demand for damages in the sum of 1 billion naira for the physical, emotional, professional, and institutional damages caused. In addition, the NMA announced that its members would suspend medical services to EFCC personnel and their relatives pending the resolution of the dispute. Finally, and still from Akwa Ibom State, the Akwa Ibom State Commissioner for Education, Professor Ubong Essien Umo, has commenced EIDU, a global education technology organization, for partnering with the state government to improve foundational learning through digital education initiatives in public schools. Essien gave the commendation during a visit to Government Model Primary School, Ewet, Uyo, where he monitored the pilot phase of the digital learning program being implemented by EIDU in partnership with the Akwa Ibom State government. The commissioner said the initiative aligns with the education development vision of Governor Umo Eno and supports the Arise agenda of his administration, particularly in human capital development and quality education. The program involves the deployment of a new teaching methodology that incorporates digital learning devices to improve literacy, numeracy, and cognitive skills among learners in government-owned primary schools. Speaking during the visit, Professor Essien said the program was already making a significant impact in 31 model schools across several local council areas of Akwa Ibom State. The commissioner expressed satisfaction with the enthusiasm displayed by pupils using the devices and described the initiative as a major step toward modernizing public education in the state.